Hey there YouTube, I'm Ikitsu, this is the Ikitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome back to a little bit of Ixion. So we're just basically in chapter 2 here, we're just doing some basic stuff. I'm just moving up to the north here to Rokitansky. You want to do this after you've gotten these nodes, because if you harvest these nodes after you've sort of gone to Rokitansky, what ends up happening is that your guys try to travel through this thing and then get exploded. So it's, it's harder to travel this way for mostly stellar mechanic reasons. So basically, rush those sort of resources when you can, and then start doing these resources. You can also scan for more of this stuff later. Getting some science out of here, but that's not too important. Hull integrity below 50% is also not really a big deal. It is dropping fast because we're on the move, though, so we just have to keep an eye on that. Our batteries should just be enough to get us there, but we have got some stuff turned off here. So we'll have to see if we have to do anything fancy to survive here. I think we'll be okay, though. I'll just turn one of these on, potentially. +1, yeah. We've got access to iron and we got plenty of alloys for the time being, but we are consuming up our alloys. Like, a lot of our big, beefy, impressive-looking stockpile that we had earlier of both iron and alloys is mostly gone. It's mostly gone into buildings, but still. The fact that it's all sort of missing now is still painful. Okay, so this is a little bit of an annoying section to have to deal with in a lot of ways, but let's get this started here. So we'll let our hull integrity go back up just a little bit. More importantly, we've got this probe here. We have got lots of power now, so that at least is good. But what we want to do is find... Where is it? This thing. There is a chance that we destroy some stuff on the way, but basically there's some stuff that we can get here. Some resources, some scans, some science, all that sort of stuff. It's stuff that we want to have, we want to get. So that's going to be good. We're also going to get a big boost in science from a DeVille 59 in a little bit. So if you fully do the thing, you repatriate all the guys, you get like an extra 150 science or something like that. It's quite a lot. Should be able to turn these back on. I am going to have to do Nihei Quarters Protocol next, I think, just because we don't have enough garbage production to keep up with our demands here. But we have got more workers now, so I might be able to take these guys off the work policy that we have without it screwing us over. We are also producing a nice surplus of food, so I could always turn off a couple of these anyhow. But yeah, I think we're doing okay. All in all here. Got a new probe here. Let's go ahead and launch. There is a decent set of resources that you can get here. I think there's another one somewhere else, but the problem with this one is that it is a little bit dangerous for your ships, so just save scum if one of them gets exploded here. Yeah, so a new point of interest over here, Chevy 34. Gonna go ahead and get this guy over there after we get this. The way that you do this is you can bounce off one of these resources with your science ship and then send it the other way afterwards. We do still have triceps here as well to help us out with scanning, so that's pretty good. We got another science done. I forget what we were even researching, but that's fine. I think it was the EV airlock upgrade. Pretty soon we're going to want to get up to Stellar Cuisine. That's going to be a very important upgrade for us to have, even though we need a lot more upgrades before we're even allowed to get that. For the time being, however, like I said, we have to go into here and research the Nihei Quarter Protocol, which means that these guys produce a bunch of waste. The ones that are in the sector over here, which is a food sector, are going to be producing more waste. So that's going to let us feed ourselves through the mushroom things faster. That is just how I prefer doing it. Some people like having a separate waste sector and then a separate farm sector and then blah blah blah, but it depends on whether or not you're planning on using like mushroom farms. If you like mushroom farms like I do, then you're going to want to have like a consolidated area that's recycling plus, preferably. Alright, so you just go over here, that'll let us sort of bounce. I thought there was some more resources back here too. Yeah, there is some more stuff here, but it's not really anything I care too much about getting, I don't think. Oh, there would be. Man, getting the exact spot is always such a ball ache. Okay, it's that, but that's actually a little bit impossible for me to do unless I go to Chevy, so I'm not going to bother. Yeah, so I think we got the resources that we were planning on getting. Okay, we hit repatriate colonists. We got an extra 100 science, which is a great amount. We'll be able to do some stuff with that, but in the meantime, just sort of have to hold on. So we've lost like all of our polymers because we did upgrade our... we did upgrade twice. Like we did actually get quite a lot of extra electricity. So very, very good, very powerful. But we are going to have to get working on getting some more iron here. Let's see. Looks like this is going without people exploding themselves, which is good. You have to do some weird micro to make it so that you don't explode, which is stupid. Looks like we can get to Chevy 34. I do wish that Rokitansky was just a little bit more this way, so you'd had to do less, and that people would automatically route around these things if they were capable of it. Just as a sort of, like, convenience thing, rather than having to sort of click on stuff to make things route in different directions, or let you sort of do what you do with the science ships, where you control them directly, tell them to go exactly to certain places. There might be a way to do that, but I don't know what it is, if there is. Okay. This is another reason that we turned off the waste treatment center, is because we're consuming a lot of waste for our these things. They are producing, however, 12 food per cycle now, so they're equivalent to 4 of these guys. Or 12 for every 3 cycles, so equivalent to 4 of these guys. A very, very powerful sort of building for how little space it takes up, but it's still not the most efficient or the fastest of the food production buildings. We are at a point where I might actually delete a few of these, since this is 4, this is 4, this is 4, so that's 16 on its own, and we only need about a total of 20 food production buildings, so we're like way in the lead. But I do actually want to scrape together a pretty big surplus, because we're going to be losing 100 food to the Protagoras in a little bit here. Or is that this mission? I think that's this mission. Alright, so we have got also another science that I'm forced to get here, which I'll do it after. There's other techs that I've been doing. Like, we can't basically do certain things until we do some techs here. Okay, so we got a new quest to repatriate the colonists. It doesn't really matter if we do that slowly. They'll be fine at their station until we pick them up. We just have to make sure we do pick them up. And since we have got like resources coming in again, that's not really a huge deal. That should be pretty easy for us. Still, though, one of the things I might want to do is launch some more probes into this sort of area, because we will be jumping around there. And having more stuff around here when we're by DeVille 59, and then eventually at Protagoras, does help us a little bit. I believe that this one was the one that we still want to do here. I'm going to double check because, again, it is easy to make mistakes here. Yeah, that is the most science by a pretty decent amount. Mostly just checking to make sure no one explodes when I do this stupid thing. It's weird when like setting up a base or whatever, which requires a bunch of resources, does result in like something bad happening or not giving you the optimal result. Like those are always the slightly weird ones that I find a little bit annoying. They won't try to go through like here though if I don't pick the right one straight into Chevy 34. What they'll always do is go to me so that they can fill up their resources, because obviously they have to pick up the resources that are available first before they can go there. Here we can see, like, this is what happens if you send your science ship directly. Now, our odds of this destroying our guy is actually really low, but what I would recommend here is just doing a quick save here. And in the off chance that your RNG gets, like, completely screwed and he explodes for, like, skimming this little bit of space, it won't screw you over as badly, so you have to do it twice still, but not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay. Oops, still have to worry a little bit about another thing here, but we've now got the Nihei Quarter protocols. We'll be producing garbage way faster. I wouldn't mind getting the algae farms next, but I think what we'll do right now is just get the alternative life center, which will boost our happiness up in this sector, which means we can just idle in sector because we're reaching the time period where we have to worry about that. Been here for quite a while. It's cycle like 488, so we are reaching pretty close to that point where we're going to be penalized for being here. So this guy's got to make like 4 runs through this sector, and as far as I know, its odds of being exploded through that little slim section is extremely, extremely low. It might even be 0, but I'm not 100% sure about that. If it is 0, then they're doing a bad job of explaining that. I don't know why our guy like mined 93 of this and then decided to bugger off over to here. I guess it's because of prioritization, just silicone. It's fine. New probe scan, yeah, that was why. Okay. Would be nice if they would stick to the one they were already on, but I guess it really depends on how you... Like, there's certain times where you don't want it to. Alright, so that'll get us to enough happiness for this sector to be on its best behavior. Next, what we want to do is just do this mandatory thing. Might as well. And I'm at that point where I could get rid of a bunch of these guys. No, I'm not going to do it just yet. Let's just move all our food out to other sectors, and then we'll do it. We'll also wait till after the end of the meal cycle. Once these guys empty, like, we'll be able to sort of empty out these guys and have this be a little bit more efficient. No point in throwing out good food when you've got access to it. So here we go. All that food gets flooded into our meal centers. And yeah, immediately refilled them, so. This guy's actually got more food than... Okay, I might just need another storage for a temporary thing here. Although, I think we're still flooding it out with food. Maybe not.
Administrator, analysis of the Protagoras has been completed. Frozen, mostly depressurized and out of power, the Protagoras has suffered critical internal and external damage. Sectors 3 and 4 do remain sealed and pressurized. Signs of looting are present throughout the structure, with reports indicating that UN forces attacked, wiping out whatever resistance had been present. They have destroyed and gutted the infrastructure required to generate full jump coordinates. The devices containing the coordinates of Remus have been taken by the Etamanenki. We have received a message from the PA of the Protagoras, Valhalla.
Administrator, part of me remembers you. I am glad to see you and your crew are still alive. And to be carrying Ixion, what an achievement. My mind is going. I can feel it. The Protagoras, designed to be an ark for what remained of mankind, was attacked by the UN superstructure, the Etamanenki. Before my last electric breath, I have launched decryonization protocols. With only 2 sectors left, the surplus population will be transferred to the Tycoon. Please help the Protagoras. I have programmed a delayed data transfer that will send across the Etamanenki's self-similar signature once you have guaranteed the integrity of this structure. They plan to reach Remus. Follow their full signature, and you will find our new home. What you will do once you reach your destination is only up to you. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light and many who dwell in the dark. You carry the fate of us all.
Okay, so bad news right now.
New mission objectives have been set. To receive the Etamananki signature, we will need to free the Protagoras from the ice, perform critical repairs, provide resources to support their crew, and via a connection to the Tycoon, reboot the core systems of the Protagoras.
Okay, so that's just stuff that we're going to have to do. It's difficult and requires a lot of resources, kind of bullshit. But sending our science ship over there to get started on that, we're going to have to send them, like, tons of alloy and tons of food. The degree to which this is going to cost us is, like, kind of ridiculous. Because you could get to this stage of the game, think you're doing really, really well, and then be like, oh yeah, by the way, you need to spend 200 alloy, which is, not easy to do. So we're going to continue getting a little bit more of this. We still have plenty of iron. We still have plenty of alloy, because I knew this was coming. But it'd be so easy to get screwed over by this. Like, I swear. Alright, so we have new questy things here. I'm going to go ahead and do this one first, because we've got a bit of a food issue where I have to get rid of a bunch of food. Should be able to do that. And this is also going to cause a bit of a problem in that it'll give us a big glut of population, which is not great, but that is how that is. This doesn't really do anything as far as I know, but there's basically like reports of a life form down there. In any event, though, that's kind of how things are going to be going for the next little bit here. I would love to get some of this destroyed, which is going to be helped out by the fact that we're going to be shuffling about 100 food out of our ship into the vast void of space to feed a bunch of people on a ship that is dying. It's enough food for them to last for actually quite a while, I think. Like 40 days or something like that. Either way, an absolutely ridiculous amount that we're giving them. But we will probably be around for like more time than that. Frankly, I'm not sure why he thinks that he needs to dump them out of cryosleep regardless, but... Alright.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Yeah, absolutely nothing there. It's like, oh yeah, no, I saw... Oh, wait. I saw something there, and I saw something move, and then they spend an entire day, and it's like, nothing. It's just the wind. Cool. Great. Alright. So we have got a lot of stuff that we have to do here. I wouldn't mind getting access to demotic quarters, but I think what we might do is the... It's kind of tricky at this point, because we have to delete a bunch of stuff and then build a bunch of stuff if we want to get the algae farms up and running. Because I have to have a fusion station in sector, which is really awkward. And then we have to have a bunch of other stuff. What I might do is plasma cutter first. And I also kind of want to get the steel... Actually, we'll do this one first. This one's actually really, really good for a longer run sort of thing. So my playstyle for this game is not like what you have to do, but I take things very slowly and very deliberately and just try to make sure that we're going to be as close as possible to self-sufficiency, and then become, when we can, actually self-sufficient. And to do that, you want to make it sure that you're spending resources more efficiently than you would otherwise. And that's sort of like my primary goal here. I might have to destroy a ship so that I can do the quest thing, but I think we're okay. Yeah, so the key to self-sufficiency in this game is, strangely enough, garbage. If you have enough garbage, you can actually go ahead and get free alloys, and you can get lots of food out of it. You can get water to create more food from other things. So basically garbage is like your most important resource in this game, which is very strange, I'm aware, but it is that is how it is. I can actually wake more cryopods right now, so I think I will. Sending a bunch to Sector 2 is still good because I still get more garbage from them than I do from others. And the way that sort of works is you want to be getting more food from the garbage that you're producing, either through water production, because you can use water, you can get water out of garbage, Don't ask how. Don't ask too many questions about that. But you can either use that water to then fertilize crops or grow crops there, which can feed a whole bunch of people, or you can use it more directly through the mushroom walls. And either way, I think works fine. I kind of want to get more mushroom walls actually pretty soon here, but like I said, I have to find a way to delete these things, and they're kind of delete resistant because I can't do it until the food is emptied out of this, and I can't empty the food out of this until later. So that's fun. In any event, though, that is going to be it for just a little bit here. I'll be back once we're doing something slightly different. Okay, and we're back. So, yeah, we're at the next stage of doing something a little bit different here. We've moved ourselves over to DeVille 59. We've scraped up almost all the resources. We're sending out some probes to collect the last few bits there. And what we're going to do at this point is find a way to get our energy so that we can get 4.2 or 4.4 days worth of travel without running out of batteries, because that's kind of what we need to do. We can kind of turn this off right now, and we can kind of turn off this. What we're trying to do is trigger a really stupid event that I hate. We gotta have like our hull integrity at full because we have to turn these off, and we have to turn them on and off again as we're traveling. We've got plenty of food, and we've got plenty of food surplus, so we just have to get this up to the correct amount, and we just want to be at just under the amount that we need. So we're at 3.5. We do have to be able to also turn on and off our hull repair while we're doing this, but we've got plenty of energy there. It's at 5.5 in Sector 1, so we're way ahead of what we need. Alright, can turn off this as well. Definitely. That brings us to 4.4. I can probably turn this on. That looks good. Actually, no, we need 4.4. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're going to travel over to Protagoras, which is going to cause us to be in this cold stuff, which is going to potentially destroy our solar panels. One of the reasons to turn everything off, but more importantly, it's going to make it so that we have like this event that says we have to stay out of the cold weather for 10 days. And we have to sort of trigger that event, agree to it, and then leave, which is really stupid. They should have that quest before you enter into it, or something. I don't know. Literally anything except what they did. Literally anything except that. I'm actually going to turn these on until we actually get there, because we don't enter the field like immediately, so we can just turn this on. So what we want to do here is just move there, get the quest, go back, and then wait 10 days, and then just go back in again. Okay, so at this point in time, the way that you keep your hull repaired is you have to sort of like pop these people in and out, because they can work for a little while without anyone dying, and then they just instantly die, which is also very stupid, but it is manageable. So this is the request. So this is the thing that's really, really stupid. Avoid entering space weather for 20 cycles. Well, 20 cycles, okay. It is technically possible for you to avoid taking that, but then they bomb your, terrorists bomb your stuff. It's like, oh no, it's cold outside. We have to bomb everything. It's like, I hate you guys so much. Alright, so we repatriated people, so these people are happy that we did that. We get trust, that doesn't matter because we're at cap. But yeah, so this is us getting ready for the final stages of the chapter. Did I say to go to the wrong thing? No, we're going to Protagoras. Good. I thought we were heading to the wrong thing for a second there. So in a little bit, we're going to have this thing where we have to go back here, and then we have to do some really janky stuff while we're here. So that's the Protagoras. It's similar to our ship in a lot of ways. It's a more advanced version, but it did crash into this ice here after being attacked. These are the remnants of it, and we need their stuff. So, more importantly, we're going to be taking all of their colonists on board, which is a big population bump. One of the things I actually kind of want to do is to stop this thing right now, because we probably actually don't want to be unlocking all these pods right now, but we do have a lot of pods that we have to unlock. So, that's fun. So, anyway, we got the stupid quest. What we can do here, wait till we've done this. Now, we could go here and repair the Protagoras superstructure and reboot its core systems. By the time we did that, we'd fail our quest, because we have to get out of here within, like, a very short period of time. So, wait till we technically stop moving. There we go. And we've got 2.2 cycles, we've got plenty of energy, so we can immediately go jump back here. Now, because we're pretty beat up, what we can do is show you guys how to do the repairs while you're doing this. And that is you turn on, turn on, turn on. Still have enough batteries, so we're fine.
Probe has completed its scan.
Accidentally sent 2 probes here, really doesn't matter that much. Alright. So our hull integrity is going up. We've probably been doing this for long enough. We turn all of these off again. Have you tried turning it off and on again? And we scoot out of there. And once it's been off for like a cycle or two, we can turn it on again if we have to. But our hull integrity is doing okay. Once we get to DeVille 59, we can just turn them all back on, or 2 back on, and we'll be fine. Alright. So, like I said, do hate having to do that. The quest is stupid. They should have done it in different ways. Where you could cycle the quest so that it activates before you go in there in some way or another. Like, just having it activate so you have to go in and then immediately leave and then go back in again. It's just a waste of time. But in any event, that is what we were doing for that brief moment there. We do need to build a couple of these sort of things here. I also can turn these back on since we're going to be getting some more stuff here. And also need to start emptying these because holy crap. But yeah, we have to make sure that our population is capable of drawing in another like 200 people, I think. Which is quite a few people, actually. This sector is pretty much going to be stuck with the amount that we have here. I don't think I can really increase that. But, alright, there we go. If we start producing even more garbage, we can actually also turn on a little bit more of our garbage production, which we will once we get some more people. But yeah, I just have to sit here for literally 20 days now, because that's what this quest is. We do want to churn through these resources, which is unfortunate because we can't really open pods any faster than we already are. Still though, we'll wait out the 20 days and I will be back to show you the next phase of our little journey here. Okay, and we're back. So, at this stage, all we really have to do is continue scooping up ice from Protagoras and from over here. Technically, we can keep doing that while over there, but realistically speaking, I've kind of got, like, more than enough ice, if we're totally honest with ourselves. You use ice for agriculture by melting it down into your water, which blah blah blah. For now, though, what we're going to go ahead and do is shut down a bunch of our systems here and get ourselves just ready for another sort of jump. Actually, we don't even need to shut down any of our systems. We just need 2.2 days worth of stuff. But we're at full hull integrity. We've got that quest finished. We can go ahead and head back here, and I just have to be very careful about how we do certain things, but I'm not going to be very careful. I'm just going to save scum. Basically, we just have our dudes get murdered in the cold, and we just don't worry about it. Then after they've been murdered in the cold, we just save scum. So we'll just be in here, and we're going to take like a cycle almost worth of time, and then we're just going to shut it all off for a cycle, and then we're just going to turn it back all on for a cycle. So when we're nearing the end of this meal cycle here, I'm just going to pause. Just going to turn these all off. I don't actually know if a cycle is a day. It really feels like it should be, but it's also like after 365 cycles, every 365 cycles they say, Happy New Year, Administrator. So I guess a cycle is a day. So they feed these people once every 4 days. Which I think is probably one of the reasons why everyone's so unhappy by default. Alright, so we got all that ice. That's good, I guess. I don't really need, want, or have the capacity to carry it all. I think there's actually also like tons of ice still on the map. Yeah, 550, that's a bit much. So we might forbid that and just go without it, but we might as well get it while we still have a little bit of capacity. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and grab one of these guys. We just choose the one that's at 0.0 because it's like apparently right beside it. And we just have to watch our hull integrity a little bit It's all on just be passive here, and we're losing hull integrity fairly slowly, so it's not like it really matters right now. And we can go ahead and turn these back on. Once these fill up with ice, I kind of want to stop. So I think we actually stop them right about now, because I think we've got enough to probably put us at capacity.
Solar panel battery damage.
Oh, I hate these events so much. Okay. So we just have to repair. We'll automatically start doing that. We just have to set some crews to it. But, yeah, this is also another reason why you want to either have, like, a lot of stuff turned off or just have the ability to operate a crap ton of stuff. Which we kind of have both of, so. Should be able to run the cycles until this thing repairs. At which point we turn these all off again, and then I just basically have to wait a little bit and then turn all of these back on so that we can hull repair. Although, admittedly, our hull's integrity is dropping pretty slowly, so we're probably okay. I'm not sure how many cycles you can go before someone gets killed by this, so I just don't risk it. I just run these things off for most of the time here. Okay, we're still running resources. We still have a lot of resources to go, actually. This is why this is so tricky, is because it takes so long to get this done. I think maybe, like, once they all cycle in like this and they're all sort of back in their spots, maybe that's when they're done. But who knows? We're apparently only running at 90% efficiency, so we should probably let them run a little bit further down. The efficiency is probably also lower because I think we're in this sort of cold snap, so. What I'm kind of confused about is why they're not transferring over some of these people, because they should be transferring over another 5, but whatever. Okay. In any event, I think we turn these back all on again, and the fastest way to recover your hull integrity is to have, like, all of them turned on, not just one of them, not just a couple of them, just have all of them turned on, sort of the whole time. It works well. Just gonna get till we're almost at the cycle end. I know you can actually have this active for like more than a full cycle though, so I just like to be extra safe about it. And then I forget about it completely and someone dies and it's like, well. The net effect of doing this is also like recovery, because every time you do this, like, you wait sort of a full cycle, you turn it off for a full cycle, you're getting plus 40 every time you do this in that sort of way, so eventually you can leave it off for a couple cycles and you'll be okay. Nope, okay. I was worried that this is doing this because it's, like, full or something like that. That sometimes happens. Yeah, we shut off our ice gathering at just having 6 left to get, so we turn that off at exactly the right time. As far as iron goes, we got, like, absolute crap tons of it. We process 10 of them per cycle. Actually, we have more than this, because, like, this stuff doesn't count for our total here. So, but we only use 10 and create 15 alloys out of it, so we have even more than it looks like. Okay, I'm going to wait till the end of this cycle, and we're going to turn these all back on again. And then probably get another thing that's saying that, like, our stupid power has been destroyed. Now, if you have enough power production, you can get away with just having them be destroyed. And that's, like, fine, actually.
Solar panel battery damage.
God damn it. But you will probably have, like, 3 of them, I'd say, damaged during this process, which is quite a few. It's the same one, too. I'm going to count how many cycles this looks like it's taking, because we're about
Hull integrity below
halfway there after a cycle. I do kind of feel like turning this off for a little bit, but we'll go a little bit longer here. Okay, we'll turn these off for the rest of the cycle. And then we'll turn them back on the next day. This is the next cycle. Okay. I better check something, actually. This needs to be turned on. Oh, I think they were waiting for that. I thought they would send the Tan Ally first, but I wasn't paying enough attention to that. That is my fault. Okay. Probably going to lose one more solar panel before we get out of here. But we shouldn't be here too much longer. Or ideally, we won't be here too much longer. I almost feel like letting our next solar panel that goes down just stay down or something like that. Alright, got like 2 more trips there. You do consume quite a lot of alloy when you're in this area just because running all 3 of these is pretty inefficient. And you're simultaneously doing that in a section where you're taking extra hull damage from the environment there. Gonna turn these all off before the cycle ends. I do kind of wonder if you could like rotate through each of these, where it's like you got one turned off, then you switch them, but I don't know if how that tracks, so I barely even know how doing what I'm doing works, honestly. I do definitely know that it works, though. Like, people definitely would have died if I had everyone out in the EVAs at this point in time. I do feel like it might be every 3 cycles, but it's hard to tell for sure. Okay, so now we just have to finish our quest of repair the superstructure, which will take like 3 cycles.
Solar panel badly damaged.
Oh, I hate these so much. Okay. These ones repair a bit faster, but I still have to keep in mind that I think, actually, I think we have to turn them off now. So we'll let that be damaged for a cycle. This is one of my less favorite parts of this game. I think we can have another solar panel fail though and we'll still technically be fine, so we just have to be making sure that we're like a little bit ahead here. Yeah, that one fixed much faster. We're up to 106 hull integrity. Our efficiency is pretty low right now. Let it drop back down again, just a little bit. Okay, we're just about done this, so we're just going to keep an eye on this for a second.
A science ship team has
Okay.
completed a task.
Core systems of Protagoras are now online and operational. Repairs to the superstructure are complete. Spoke to the crew of Protagoras. It's clear that most of them now wish to pursue a different goal than explanet colonization with their tachyon calculators stolen by the UN and their ability to generate Vol coordinates with it. They say they will no longer attempt to reach Remus. They'll become a place for life in perpetual displacement. They must reduce their numbers there to have a chance of enduring such an existence. So they're just literally going to stay there. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to live very long there, honestly. I think they're doomed to die pretty grisly deaths, honestly, but whatever. If we do this one, we end up getting screwed over a little bit, so we're going to leave the Protagoras. We do have a whole ton of people that are about to just jump on board, which is not good. We do not have a ton of space over here, and I think it's 200 people. So we've got enough room for 100 people over here. I'm gonna go ahead and build some more houses here, actually. Build that there, build that there. Okay, do I turn these on again right now? I think we do. We're only at a plus 106, which kind of implies that we're actually at a pretty low value, but that's fine. Should be seeing a homeless crisis develop pretty soon here. I'm going to have to shuffle a bunch of people over to Sector 1. But, this should help get rid of some of that problem for a little bit here. And they're already at happy, so probably okay for at least a little while. This event is just... Oh god, this one's gonna take forever. Okay. So we transferred all those people over. That was actually 250. It's more than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. We're actually over by a lot less than I thought we were. Maybe we had a lot more room than I thought we did.
The Protagoras is reactivated and operational. We have received the
Oh yeah, 83 now all of a sudden. Okay. What are we at here? This is barely started. I think we wait till the end of cycle 666.
Act with caution when facing this UN superstructure. We are ready to follow to reach Remus. Nothing is holding us back.
Okay, so one thing I can do is actually just jump with what we have. And the reason that works is because we, technically speaking, don't have to have these prepared and ready for us to do our jump. So I can just activate our stuff. So the only problem with that is there is a chance that these things, we die here, but... Oh god, I hate how this gets in the way of this part of the UI. It's the same one. Alright. Gonna hit pause there. And we're gonna hit the jump button here.
In accordance with Kraft's Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before voting.
Okay, we have half a day of that going on. And I kind of am not sure how many people we're going to end up having in here after this thing. These things house 52. So we'll be over by 50. Oh god, quite a lot. Okay, I might need to build another house in Sector 1 after this, or maybe even just this sector. It's not that much, it's 9, but that's still quite a decent amount. Technically, it doesn't seem to lead to any unhappiness, though. Let's see here. Okay, I've got 5 plus 68. That's 73, so... Let's actually check this. Sector 6 has 204 non-workers. I wonder if we picked up only, like, non-workers in that exchange there. That would suck. From Sector 6 to Sector 1. 73.
Ixion engine.
Okay, well, I guess we're doing that in a little bit. This is exactly the same as our other times we've done this jump, so kind of want to skip it, and I think I will, actually. So we end up in the place where the UN superstructure, the Adamanenki, was, and it has been exploded, which is fun for everybody. But the nice thing is that we're now outside of that weather event, so we can now repair our ship in peace. We don't have to worry about our crew dying off, so we can just leave everything turned on. That is a much bigger ship than what we had, so You really wonder what their iron consumption was like.
Diagnostics. Expected irreversible damage to the
I still think
Typhoon
that's a stupid
detected.
mechanic. Irreversible damage is like just a stupid concept.
Remus. Tycoon primary sensors are picking up vast amounts of debris. Act with caution, Administrator. We must reach Remus.
Okay, so we're definitely going to turn on all of these. And this again is in the way. So we're still recovering a little bit from that previous sector. Hull integrity is doing kind of okay, but we're still going to have to flip that on and off. We can definitely turn this on again. And yeah, we're just in a new sector. Now the gimmick of this one is this thing. This is a moving storm cloud thing. Somehow it's psychic and can tell when we are doing these events. And every time we do one, it just shuffles everything further up north. Eventually we have to sort of deal with it by either going through it, or I'll show you how I deal with it in that particular episode. But for now, this is basically the end of chapter 2. This is chapter 3 now. So I'm going to show you guys the tidy up from like the previous chapter there a little bit. Yeah, looks like this transfer didn't go through. I didn't think it did. Okay, so 73 non-workers from Sector 6 to Sector 1. And get that started. Alright, we're +2 happy everywhere now, which is also good. This is going to be... We have to keep this thing... Oh, okay. People are happy, that's fine. I think we're going to have a quest where we have to have like all of our cryonic centers turned on for like several days straight, which is fine because we've only got one of them. Otherwise, that can really sort of screw you over. Either way, Sector 6 still somehow has 20 people over their limits. Technically, you can just keep it that way forever. It doesn't actually matter, but we'll do the nice thing and actually give them some houses. This is the sort of more screwed sector. Eventually, we'll get the tech that increases our housing capacity even further. But for now, that's about it. Hull integrity is dropping by a faster rate than it used to be. But that is what it is. I'm going to go ahead, since we've got the time and resources now, to unlock demotic quarters, but we're going to want smart homes after that. Just make it so that we really are efficient in terms of like how many people we can house without having to really think about it. And that'll also improve happiness from housing to +3, which is really, really strong. So, yeah, we already knew that. Okay. Depending on which solar panels break, this event can be like really miserable or it can be relatively fine. I got one that was slightly miserable, but I've definitely had it worse, so. Alright. Oh, we got a quest here. I think this is probably going to be the turn off mushroom farms one or something. Oh, this is the, yeah, there's a cult. I'm just going to tell them to go away. Alright, it doesn't actually stop them from being here. It doesn't make them go away, but whatever, it's fine. We just want them gone as much as is possible. I don't like cults. Not a fan of them. Prefer no. But yeah, this is a slightly weird sector in that like we need more science vessels, and I don't actually want to look for the new science points as much as I want more science, because this place operates in a very different way than normal. What we're going to want to scan for is stuff like this, and just get that done right away. We're also going to go ahead and start off with the destroyed command center, but we're not going to finish it yet. We're going to grab up the science, and we're going to do that quest line, but that's not what's important here. What's important here is that we get as many of the resources that are sort of sitting around the edge here as is possible before we advance the storyline, because as soon as we advance that, we lose those resources for a good long while. Not forever. We will be able to get them back. We will be able to access them later. But for quite a while, we're just not going to be able to get access to those at all. So, scoop everything that you can up from the north, then cause this thing to shuffle past you, and then go to the south and then strip all of the resources from down there, is my opinion of how you do this. There are other ways to play this. Okay. So, we're still doing pretty well on alloys. We still have loads of iron, so we're kind of okay on that for the next time being. So I'm pretty happy about that. We got a couple slots available for science ships. I think we want 5 in the end, so the way that you deal with this is you just shuffle one of these into storage by hitting this button here, and then just buy another science ship, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're going to find some more silicone here. I'm looking for iron and carbon, but I don't think there's actually very much of that right next to this border here. I think I might have been able to get a better one of that. Anyhow, that's kind of how you just recover from like the last little bits of our previous province, our previous adventure there. So that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.